This is somebody who's full of shit. In fact, I invite this person to come on a podcast with me and prove it. Because he's full of shit and never will. He's saying he's cash flowing $150,000 and he's making $70,000 a month. That's bullshit. It just doesn't work that way. I don't even think this guy owns 20 rental properties, 10 rental properties. I think he's selling courses. I'm calling you both out. This video is done specifically for Section 8 Karim. If you're buying a Section 8 course from him, you're basically pissing away your money. He wouldn't have reported me if he was legit. He wouldn't be buying press releases for himself if he was legit. Hey everyone, Troy Kearns here. Today I'm addressing something big. I recently got hit with a cease and desist letter from a law firm in New Orleans demanding I take down my videos about Section 8 Karim. They're calling my content unfair and slanderous, but I'm not backing down. Why? Because I didn't lie. I told the truth. I've got the facts, the receipts, and my First Amendment rights. In this video, I'm breaking it all down, my response to their claims, the evidence I got, and why this fight's just getting started. Let's dive in. And also, in addition to that, why you should just let sleeping dogs lie. So first of all, recently I did a video on why Section 8 and some gurus are making it. They're not really telling you the full story and how they're using their lifestyle and how they're using all of their objects, their Porsches, and all this cash flow. And I'm just basically saying, I doubt it. So right after I did that video, I got a copyright claim from Section 8 Karim. So we fought it, we won, and YouTube has these rules that they need to go by, but he chose not to. In those videos, I basically said I doubt he owns certain amounts of property, and if he can prove it, I'd be happy to have him come on the podcast and prove me wrong. So I received an Instagram message from Section 8 Karim, and then he gave me a phone call after he got my phone number, and we talked about it, and I told him that I'd absolutely take the video down if he could prove me that I was wrong. Well, he reached out to me and my assistant multiple times, canceled meetings, was kind of a flaky dude, and basically we finally got on the Zoom call, and I'm gonna show you that Zoom call, and then after that, I'm gonna show you my response based on what they said. And then you can say in the comments whether you think I should take it down, whether I've gone too far. And I want to let this note to the attorney and Section 8 Karim. I'm not scared of you. You don't even have jurisdiction. Just let sleeping dogs lie. Because if you just would have left this video alone in the first place, you wouldn't have an issue. Stop lying to people. Stop stretching the truth, allegedly. And stop trying to purport you to be something that you're not. Well, actually, I can tell you right now, everything that he said in this video right here is not something that he talks about online. And you can figure it out yourself. Like, I let him go through his little dance about what he owns and what he doesn't own. You guys can comment below what you think. And then after you watch the video, I'm gonna break down the letter that I'm sending today to his attorney. And I wanna let that attorney know, I think that you may be bamboozled by Section 8 Karim. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Section 8 Karim, don't try me. I promise you. Just let it go. But you keep pushing this thing, so I'm gonna give you my response. So you wanted to go out and clean your image up, right?
Yeah, of course, man. I mean, I just want to show you some of the properties that I own. I can kind of break down, I guess, the business model a bit to you.
How many properties do you own?
Over 100 right now.
Oh, there it is.
This one I closed on 12/21. Here, this is the hood. I picked this up. I'll show you, I guess, relatively recent things. Back in August for $71,000. This is rented out for $1,750 a month right now to a Section 8 tenant. I'm just showing you some of the properties that I own.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I do own properties in Louisiana. I do have properties in Ohio. I do own properties in other states, obviously.
What's your favorite state to buy Section? Where do you own the most of your 120?
Louisiana and Ohio.
Really?
Yeah, both of those two states.
You said you own 100 plus properties. I haven't seen one in Ohio. I just don't think you're being authentic. You know, it is what it is. You said you own properties in Ohio and another state. Everything that you showed me is not in Ohio. You haven't showed me one property from Ohio. You said you got lots of properties in Ohio, hundreds of properties. You told me there was 2 states. You've been like, I've seen 3 different states. One of the you've never talked about, which is Las Vegas, that you got an overpaid fourplex that can't possibly cash flow anyone, because I know that market very well. You know what I mean? Like, you're not being straight up. You showed me a 22 bond for deed deal that you did with 2 other partners. You showed me a fourplex in Vegas.
Is there something wrong with doing business?
But no, hold on.
Partners?
You showed me a fourplex in Vegas that you overpaid for because you don't know what you're doing out there. You showed me one house in St. Louis that you don't own that has 94 comparable rentals in the area. That's a highly, it's an oversupplied area. You don't know what you're doing, and you shouldn't be coaching people and taking people's money. Like, you might know how to get a Section 8 rental, but you're bullshitting everybody, including yourself. You're not cash flowing 150,000. You don't have 100 individual properties.
I don't cash flow 150K. I never said that.
You said, it says it in your video right there. And they bring me 150K a month in rent.
Yeah, revenue. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, what you tell people is you're going to be able to pick up something with a turnkey unit in a low crime area.
Now, if someone watching is wanting to buy their first Section 8 property, what are all the steps they need to do step by step?
I would go into a city like Cleveland, Ohio, or Akron, Ohio. I would find a turnkey property.
And like I said, for me, I'm not necessarily trying to create enemies here. Okay. When I saw that video, I was kind of surprised just because, number one, obviously I do own properties, and I never really attack anyone on social media at all, just because that's not the premise of what I'm trying to do. Okay. And I'm sure that's not what you're looking for either. And to be transparent with you, I didn't report that video personally. I mean, I have a whole team on YouTube, so somebody may have just reported it on my behalf. That's why when you hit me up and you said, hey, you reported my video, I was kind of confused initially. And then for the most part, I saw the second video that somebody had sent me. And that's why I reached out to you. I said, hey, we could just solve this, hop on Zoom. We don't have to go back and forth. I don't like the internet beef per se.
I'd love to hear what you thought about the video. Yes, you could see. And let me just tell you, the first thing that he tried to do when he called me on the phone that one time is he tried to kiss my butt, tried to become my friend real quick, and then tried to quickly hop on a podcast, say, hey, it's cool. And then after he tried to schedule multiple appointments with me, he flaked out. He just disrespected me, honestly. Total flaky guy. I finally said, you know what, I'll give this guy the benefit of the doubt, because I really want to take the videos down. If I was truly wrong about this guy, I wanted to take the videos down because I don't want to be spreading misinformation. And so I went through the conversation, and he said, will you take the video down? Will you take the video down? And then he persisted to text me, which I'll also include in this video. He just kept asking me, take the video down, take the video down, take the video down. And I'm like, I'll consider it. And then he threatened a lawsuit. And I said, do what you want to do. So here's their letter right here. It says, Dear Mr. Kearns, Davia Law Group represents Thomas Karim. Hereinafter, client is come to our attention that your YouTube account, Troy Kearns, has caused to be published to the general public false, misleading, damaging information about our client, specifically the aforementioned YouTube posts and the 2 videos, Can You Really Get Rich with Section 8 Housing, and exposing Section 8 Karim fake rental property portfolio, asserting false, damaging allegations and fraud against our client. Strong words. Mr. Kearns then advertised and encouraged viewers to sign up for a Millionaire Mentorship Program, where paying members can learn how to manage rental properties in an industry identical to that of our clients. Don't buy a course from these guys. Don't even buy a course from me. Go out and do it. I don't care if you buy my course, whatever course. I'm not trying to sell you anything. Not only does Mr. Kearns' false accusations of fraud amount to libel, slander, and defamation per se, but Mr. Kearns' use of false allegations to sell his Millionaire Mentorship Program is a clear violation of the Unfair Trade Practices Act. Our client did not approve of any application or use of intellectual property related to the content posted by Troy Kearns on YouTube, the Millionaire Mentorship Podcast. The clear objective of his unauthorized use of our client's brand is to profit from the false allegations of fraud by encouraging viewers instead to purchase a mentorship on my program, which clearly not the case. Number one, I don't care any program that you buy out there. I'm just telling you, I'd be very skeptical if you went and bought this guy's program, because he doesn't know how to tell the truth, allegedly. So here you can hear my responses. Here's my response. Dear Davia Law Group, LLC, I, Troy Kearns, received your cease and desist letter dated March 21st, 2025. Regarding my YouTube videos, I'm responding to your allegations on behalf of your client, Thomas Karim Naum, and I reject your claims. My videos are protected under the First Amendment based on accurate information or my opinions and do not contain false statements. I use the word allegedly to describe my concerns about Section 8 Karim business practices, making it clear that these were my opinions, not facts. I'm entitled to my opinions, and I was careful with my language. You claim my videos are unfair and slanderous and not have identified a single false statement. Prove it. Basically, I request you provide specific statements you claim are false and with evidence, and explain how they meet the legal definition of slander, which requires a false statement made with a fault and harm for a public figure, actual malice. And then I showed a case, New York Times versus Sullivan. Without this, your allegations lack merit, and I won't remove the videos. I have evidence that Section 8 Karim is misleading people. In a recorded Zoom call, which I just showed you guys, he claimed that he owns properties he talks about online, but he doesn't. Potentially misleading consumers. I've been honest in my videos, and Section 8 Karim hasn't. I'm concerned he may have not fully informed you about the facts or legal constraints which could lead you into trouble. For instance, Section 8 Karim or someone in his office reported my videos to YouTube for copyright infringement, which he denies doing. My videos are original and I don't infringe on copyrights. YouTube's terms of service, Section 14, legal disputes, which Section 8 Karim got, state that disputes must be resolved in Santa Clara County, California, not Louisiana. YouTube warned Section 8 Karim of this process, yet he's bypassing it, involving you to assert Louisiana jurisdiction. Has he shared that with you? I have him on record from our Zoom call admitting someone from his office made the copyright claim. If this proceeds to a deposition, YouTube can check his IP address and verify if Section 8 Karim lies under oath, something he seems to do often, allegedly. He'll be responsible for damages and harassment, and you could be implicated for pursuing this without the full knowledge. I suggest you do your research on YouTube Terms of Services and Section 512F of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, which holds claimants liable for false copyright claims. The issue began when Thomas or Section 8 Karim falsely reported my video for YouTube for copyright infringement. In response, I doubled down and posted a reaction video addressing his actions. He then called me in what felt like an attempt to bully me with someone named John, who I don't know, during the call. I agreed that if he could prove the facts about his properties, I would take the video down. I have a full witness on the call, an entire transcript, detailed notes, timelines documenting the interaction. Section 8 Karim failed to disprove any of my claims, so I didn't take the videos down, though I told him I would consider it if he provided proof. Out of respect, I didn't put the Zoom out because I felt it made him look like a liar. And I was like, I kind of felt bad for the guy, so I wasn't going to post it. And then, anyways, go back to the letter. However, due to this continued harassment, including scheduling, canceling meetings, wasting my time, harassing my staff to take the video down, and now involving you, this is the 6th or 7th attempt to pressure me. As a result, I will now respond to this letter in a video and then air the entire Zoom video, redacting his confidential information out of respect, even though I have the legal right to include it. You might want to question your client about his pattern to ensure you're not being drawn into a problematic situation. Posting on YouTube doesn't give Louisiana jurisdiction over me, and YouTube's terms of service mandate disputes in California. YouTube operates under federal law, and you are not admitted to practice in a federal court or licensed in California. You may be overstepping your authority by asserting jurisdiction here. Louisiana's legal system, influenced by Napoleonic Code, still requires attorneys to adhere to ethical standards. The Louisiana Rule of Professional Conduct, specifically Rule 3.1, meritorious claims and contentions prohibit bringing claims without good faith basis. Rule 4.4, respect for rights of third persons, bars using means that have no purpose other than to burden a third party like me. By pursuing a potentially baseless claim and engaging in what feels like harassment on behalf of a client who may be lying to you, allegedly, you could be in hot water with the Louisiana State Bar. I suggest you research these rules to ensure you're not stepping into a trap set by your client's actions. My videos aren't going anywhere. Your 14-day deadline doesn't affect my rights, especially given the jurisdictional concerns. If you provide specific evidence of false statements, I'll consider a correction. Otherwise, I'll keep exercising free speech. I don't take this personally, but business is business, but I urge Section 8 Karim to cease this harassment and allow this matter to rest. If he continues, I'll sue him for torturous interference, DMCA misuse, and defamation, seeking damages for harming my business and reputation. If this goes to court, I'll depose him, and YouTube can check his IP address to confirm who made the copyright claim. I have him on record admitting someone in his office did it, so if he lies under oath, he'll face serious consequences. I'm not intimidated. This isn't my first rodeo, and I'll fight back with everything I have. I encourage you to guide you and your client to avoid further escalation and allow this matter to remain undisturbed. Here's the bottom line, folks. I did a video on two gurus who totally BS their way and don't tell 100% of the truth and make it sound super easy, which it's not. Then this guy tried to hammer me with a false copyright claim. He did that. I fought it and I won. Then I responded with another video, and then he reached out to me, and then he wanted to try to be my friend, which I saw right through. I don't need a friend like you, dude. Then he scheduled multiple times with me, and blew me off and tried to do a bunch of stuff. And I was really getting annoyed with this guy. I was like, why am I even wasting my time with this dude? And then finally, when I got on the Zoom call, he's totally BSing what you just saw. He doesn't back up his claims. So I don't feel like I have a reason to take any of the videos down, but I'll leave it up to you, the listening audience. If you think I'm out of bounds and I don't need this and I should let this go, I will take all 3 videos down. The first one, that one, and this one today. But it's gonna have to be overwhelming, right? Because the bottom line is people like him, they could actually affect a whole class of people. When you're going and you're telling everybody these things, and then you're selling people a program and you're purporting to be someone that you're not, and you're saying that you own X amount of properties, but you don't, that you own them with multiple partners, and that you have all these other things, and you're saying that you own these properties and you're buying in this market, you're not buying in that market, you're not telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. If he had just let sleeping dogs lie, he wouldn't have 3 videos now made about him. I'll leave it up to you. Let me know what I should do. Let me know in the comments. Am I being petty? Or would you stand up and fight for what you believe in? And here's to you, Section 8 Karim. Just grow up and be a man. Stop talking about all the stuff that you don't have. Stop trying to be the person that you're not. Just be you, be real, and stop trying to pick a fight with me, because you're not gonna win. And that's not a threat of violence. That's just a fact. In legal terms, I will wipe the floor with you. This isn't my first rodeo. I'm not intimidated by you or your attorney, and I don't give a crap, dude. Bring it on, okay? So anyways, I hope we could just let it go. I don't got the time or energy, but I definitely wanted to get that out there. If you keep trying to press my buttons, I will drop a lawsuit on you. I will put a temporary restraining order against you for continuing to harass me. So I suggest you go away quietly. Guys, make sure you subscribe to this video. Make sure that you pay attention to who you're investing in, and people who are trying to bully you. Don't ever let them bully you. We'll check you on the next one. Peace.